You know, there's been a lot of criticism about what Real Quiet didn't do last year or didn't do earlier this year. Remember, you don't win the Triple Crown as a 2-year-old or in March or without a terrific jockey or trainer. This is where you win it, right here on the first Saturday in June at Belmont Park. And there's the horse of the moment, Real Quiet, with Pit DeSormo, 12 furlongs away from sports immortality. The New York-bred Raffy's Majesty with Jorge Chavez. And the two Wayne Lucas horses ready to take their place in the starting gate. Yarrow Bray, Mike Smith, Grand Slam with Jerry Bailey. All set. And Real Quiet gets away cleanly. That's Cholito as expected, going for the lead on the outside. It's Grand Slam. Then comes Raffy's Majesty, who's closer than usual. Limit Out is taking a position toward the inside. Real Quiet is fifth at this point, and Yarrow Bray is going to get caught wide at the first turn as they round the clubhouse turn. Cholito leads the field by a length and 3/4, and Real Quiet is now in fourth position, about 4 lengths from the lead. As they race to the backstretch, it's Cholito on an uncontested lead, with Raffy's Majesty dropping back and Grand Slam taking the second spot. Grand Slam second, Raffy's Majesty third, Yarrow Bray with the blue and red colors on the outside moving up. Raffy's Majesty is now dropping back into fifth position, and Real Quiet, the Derby and Preakness winner, is sixth, about 4 lengths from the lead. Then comes Thomas Joe with the blue blinkers. Basic Trainee is third last, Victory Gallop. And at the back of the pack, it's Classic Cat. Down the backstretch, and Cholito with Robbie Davis has the lead by a little more than a length. Limit Out on the inside, Grand Slam with Jerry Bailey inching up. Then Yarrow Bray is between horses, and Real Quiet is gaining ground on the outside. He's 3 off the rail. He's third now, and going up as they go to the far turn. It's Cholito in front, Grand Slam second, and Real Quiet trying for the Triple Crown on the outside third. Yarrow Bray is fourth at this point. Limit Out is dropping back. Around the turn, Cholito still has the lead. Now here comes Grand Slam to challenge, and Real Quiet on the outside, 3 of them across the track. Coming to the top of the stretch. On the inside, Cholito trying to hang on. Real Quiet with a burst of speed takes the lead by a head. Grand Slam is right there between horses. Thomas Joe is flying from the back of the pack. He's fourth now with McCarran as they straighten away in the lane of the Belmont. Real Quiet takes command. A roar from the crowd as he bounces away by 3.5 lengths. Thomas Joe is closing. Victory Gallop is now second. Down the stretch they come. Real Quiet in front. Here comes Victory Gallop with Gary Stevens. It's Real Quiet to Sormo, but on the outside, Victory Gallop. Too tight to call. On the inside, was it Real Quiet? Did he win the Triple Crown? On the outside, Victory Gallop. Neither jockey indicating that they think they won it. That's a photo finish.
Unbelievable that it should end in this manner when it looked at the top of the stretch as if it was a certain Triple Crown victory for Real Quiet, and the emotions, the agony in some cases, that the connections, that the friends, that the relatives, that the people close to this horse and DeSormo and Baffert and Pegram are going through right now. But it's been a classic 3 races for these 2 horses. Once again, the look on Mike Pegram's face, he doesn't know what to think. Neither jockey, as they've indicated, knows whether he has won the race or not. It was that close. And the placing judges will, of course, determine the winner. We can also tell you As a point of information, if it somehow winds up as a dead heat, Real Quiet would still win the bonus. It was that close. Here is the photo. Take a look at that. And we understand as well, there will be a steward's inquiry in the stretch as the horse is bumped. That has not yet been posted, but that is the information we are getting. And you are looking at the stewards who will be viewing the head-on shots and all of the other angles of the stretch run and determining the winner of this race. As the placing judges take a look at the photo. Well, DeSormo's body language there would indicate that he doesn't think he's won it. Neither would the face of Mike Pegram. Gary Stevens, meanwhile, coming back with Victory Gallop. And Chauncey, let's take a look at the head-on.
Well, DeSormo and Real Quiet had the lead here. Here come Gary Stevens and Victory Gallop. If there's any objection at all, it is Real Quiet who came out into Victory Gallop. There will be no disqualification.
And they have posted Victory Gallop for the moment. They put up 11 on the board, and that's the reason for the scream at Belmont. Now they put it up again. They put it up, took it down, the crowd screamed. Now they put 11 up again, with Victory Gallop winning it by a nose. And Gary Stevens, who saw his Triple Crown hopes dashed last year by Chris McCarron, is the spoiler today. We'll slow it down. We'll look at it again. Again, you've got a steward's inquiry as well, but the photo has shown that the nose in front belongs to number 11, and that would be Victory Gallop with a tremendous drive in the stretch. So he didn't have enough room in Louisville. He didn't have enough room in Baltimore, but the mile and a half makes the difference. And it's who gets the nose down at the end here, Dave.
Earlier in the program, Gary Stevens told us that he learned something in the Preakness when he rode that horse for the first time. Looks like he was right.
So Gary Stevens, who knows that the photo has shown that his horse is a nose in front, now has to wait for the inquiry. We're not going to outguess or try to second guess or figure out exactly what the stewards are looking at right now until we have that information. But from what we saw on the replay, Dave, if there is a foul, it was Real Quiet coming out into Victory Gallop.
Let's take a look at the head-on again. Real Quiet with the blue nose band on the rail. Victory Gallop on the outside. And at this point, yes, Real Quiet comes out.
So unless something absolutely unseen to anybody else is being looked at by the stewards, the only question here is whether they would take down Real Quiet and place him third or beyond.
Both of the riders apparently are going to talk to the stewards in this one. And with this much at stake, why not take the foul?
And they will. And Kent DeSormo, who had to think at the 8th pole and at the 16th pole that he was home free, only to have Victory Gallop come up on the outside, and Mike Pegram came that close, as does Bob Baffert, who has been through every emotion conceivable through the Triple Crown season over the last 3 years. Remember, he had the favorite here in Cavanier 2 years ago, who had to be pulled up. And then last year, finished second in this race, and now it appears that's his fate again.
And Cavanier lost the Kentucky Derby by the same margin as we see in this race, a nose. Dave Hicks, one of the stewards, is looking at the videotape from several different angles there, along with the other stewards.
And a rather disconsolate Kent DeSormo weighing out. Meanwhile, let's go to Leslie Visser with Bob Baffert. Leslie. All right, clearly we have a microphone problem with Leslie. We'll get to that in a moment as soon as we rectify it. Gary Stevens has been to the winner's circle in this race before. He rode Thunder Gulch to a victory in the 1995 Belmont Stakes.
Al, the fractions were rather slow up front, 48-3, 113-2. That's another disadvantage for a horse like Victory Gallop. who would have improved with a faster pace on the front end, but he didn't have it, and he still got there a nose in front of the Real Quiet.
The other thing we should point out about Victory Gallop, he's a horse who had a little bit of his training set back by a skin rash, and you rarely see horses come back from a skin rash and win, especially a 1.5 mile race.
Let's take a look at it from the top of the stretch, and there's 35-year-old Elliott Walden watching. At this point, here is the eventual second-place horse, and way out here on the outside is Gary Stevens with Victory Gallop. Coming through the stretch and to the wire, here's the horse who's going to get there by a nose, and on the inside, looks like Real Quiet has it, but in the last strides of 1.5 miles, photo finish. The super slow-mo will show the final strides one more time. On the outside, the eventual winner, Real Quiet at the rail.
So the steward's inquiry, the sign for it is still up.
How ironic that Gary Stevens, who rode for Bob Baffert last year, taking 2 legs of the Triple Crown with Silver Charm, comes back and defeats Bob Baffert in the Belmont.
Well, what's amazing, too, I mean, history just keeps repeating itself in this sport, in all sports. Bet Twice, who had been second in the first 2 Triple Crown races in '87, beat Ali Sheba here to spoil Ali Sheba's chances of winning the Triple Crown in '87. Easy Goer lost in the first 2 races as the jockeys go back to consult with the stewards. And Elliott Walden shows you his reaction. And we've seen Elliott in that posture all 3 times, and I think he thinks he lost again, because that's the same reaction we've gotten from him in each of the first 2 races. But we talked about Bet Twice knocking off Ali Sheba in '87. Easy Goer knocked off Sunday Silence in '89 in similar scenarios where horses that finished just behind the Derby and Preakness winner came back to win the Belmont and squelched the Triple Crown possibility.
Al, it looked like the stewards have made a decision. I saw one of them go for the phone. Bob Baffert hoping against hope here. It stands official.
It is official.
Gallop denies the Triple Crown bid of Real Quiet.
Right, and they keep Real Quiet in second place. They could have conceivably moved him down to third or beyond, but they make it official. Gary Stevens with a tremendous stretch drive to the victory, and the horse pays $11 to win. Shortly we'll have the prices for you, but there is the winner. And Elliott Walden, breaking his ankle in a pickup basketball game the other night, will hobble to the winner's circle. Victory Gallop, $11, $3.60 and $3.20. Real Quiet paid $3 and $2.60. And Thomas Joe paid $5.30 for the show. Let's go down to Chelsea.
And I'm with Kent Desormeaux, who's having the insult added to injury of having to step out of the way as Victory Gallop is led into the winner's circle after depriving you of the most important thing that could ever happen to you as a rider. Kent, how painful is this? You had the lead at the head of the stretch and we all thought you were home free.
Well, it hurts a lot to have come so far and not get there, and when you make the lead and there's no one coming, you feel victory, you taste it, it feels like I touched it, I know one thing's for sure, I felt it for a moment, I know what it would have been to be like, and it's just unfortunate and probably going to be an old cliche, but I think that my horse didn't see the horse coming, and as you note, when the horse passed the cup of the blinker, my horse just opened up on him again, so I really believe that.
Let's look and see again, and you can show us exactly where and how this happened.